Aren't you guys tired of covering this? Aren't you guys tired of being here and having to cover all of these mass shootings? I have been lobbying in DC since we survived a mass shooting in July. I have met with over 130 lawmakers. How is this still happening? How are our children still dying, and why are we failing them? And these shootings and these mass shootings will continue to happen until our lawmakers step up and pass gun safety legislation.
The Fox News control room had no idea how to handle this viral moment when a mom spoke out on air after the Nashville school shooting. The woman is Ashbey Beasley, a survivor of the Highland Park parade shooting last year in Chicago.
As we ran, clutching hands, not knowing if someone was going to shoot us and if we were going to live or die, my son lost a huge part of his innocence. He is not the same person. He is broken. And every day my husband and I are heartbroken as we try to help him get back to the carefree, sweet little boy he was before this happened. Do you know how many children have been exposed to gun violence in schools since Columbine?
Beasley says she was visiting somebody she met during her time advocating for gun safety regulations.
It's only in America can somebody survive a mass shooting and then go on vacation to visit another person that they have met through, fighting for gun safety, and find themselves at near another mass shooting. Only in America. This is an epidemic. Gun violence is an epidemic, and it needs to be resolved. It needs to be addressed.
Authorities say 6 people were killed, including 3 children. It's the 129th mass shooting this year and the 13th school shooting.
Gun violence is the #1 killer of children and teens. It has overtaken cars. Assault weapons are contributing to the border crisis and fentanyl. We are arming cartels with our guns and our loose gun laws, and these shootings and these mass shootings will continue to happen until our lawmakers step up and pass gun safety legislation.
Instead of blaming the obvious issue of guns in this country, Fox immediately pivoted to blaming side doors for the shooting.
And again, we need to remember, the side door. I'm not trying to point fingers. I don't know the exact facts at this moment, but from what I understand, a side door was unlocked. That seems to be a common pattern in many of these shootings, a side door. If we can lock the side doors and make sure that the schools are secure, hopefully we can avoid these tragedies going forward.
When we look at what happened in Uvalde, for example, we had an open door which availed the shooter the opportunity to get into that structure. Had we had a violence prevention monitor in this particular school in question, they would have identified the necessity in keeping these doors locked.
There was a door that was entered. All doors were locked to our understanding, and how exactly she got in at this point is still under investigation.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre issued a response to the shooting during her press briefing.
So we're seeing the heartbreaking news of another shooting of innocent school children, this time in Nashville, Tennessee. The president has been briefed on this situation, and our team is in contact with DOJ and local officials about what is known so far. We want to express the president's appreciation for the first responders and prayers for all the families affected by this shooting. How many more children have to be murdered before Republicans in Congress will step up and act to pass the assault weapons ban, to close loopholes in our background check system, or to require the safe storage of guns? We need to do something. Once again, the president calls on Congress to do something before another child is senselessly killed in a preventable act of gun violence. Again, we need to do something.